This is the prep packet video for Unit 3, Chapter 8.3. This is objective number 3 still, and we're looking at part 2. And what we're looking at now is a slightly different method for handling complex fractions. We talked about dealing with a common denominator for the numerator and a common denominator for the denominator, but now we're going to try another way. And it involves finding the least common denominator for all of the fractions in the system. So for this one, this one, this one, and this one. And then you find that LCD and you multiply the whole thing by that and it'll clear the denominators. As I say here, it sounds tough at first, but many people, including myself, find it more efficient. So let's take a look at this. And before we start, I want to remind you that 2 is the same as 2 over 1. So let's take a look at this and figure out what the least common denominator is. We have 3 and 5 and another 5 and a 1. So the least common denominator, the LCD, will equal 15. And with this method, what we do is we take 15 over 1 and we multiply all of the parts in the numerator by 15. So 2/3 times 15 over 1 plus 15 over 1 times 3/5. And let's just do this part first so that we stay in control of our paper. So 15 times 2 is 30. So we have 30 over 3. And 15 times 3 is 45. And we have 45 over 5. And we can simplify this because 3 goes into 30 10 times and 5 goes into 45 9 times. So our numerator simplifies to 19. We can do the same thing with the denominator. We're going to say 15 over 1 times 2 over 1 minus 15 over 1 times 4 over 5. So that's 30 over 1 minus 15 times 4 is 60 over 5. And that turns into 30 minus 5 goes into 60 12 times. And let's see, 30 minus 12 is 18. So that means my answer is 19 over 18. You want to leave that as an improper fraction. I don't want you to take it into a mixed number because eventually you'll probably just have to take it out again. So go ahead and stop and copy, and I'll meet you on the next slide. Okay, let's take a look at this one. I have for this denominator a squared b to the third, and I have a and I have a b. So I'm going to say my least common denominator is a to the second, b to the third. And I'm going to start out with the numerator. So 3 times a to the second over b to the third times b to the third over a squared b to the third. And that'll clear out with that cancels, that and that. So I'm going to end up with just 3 by itself. And in the numerator, I'll have 2 times a squared b to the third over a minus a squared times a squared b to the third over b. Now I'm going to do some canceling. That cancels because all of this is multiplication, so I can do that. It's a legal move. And I'm going to leave behind an a. And over here, one of these will cancel. And I'll have b to the second. So what I end up here is 2a b to the third minus a squared, a to the fourth, b to the second. And what I can do when I come down here, the 3 will stay the same, but I can factor out, let's see, I can factor out an a, and I can factor out a b squared, and that'll leave behind 2b minus a to the third, and I'm done. So, and that's the answer I have in the answer book. I'm so proud. So go ahead and copy. Again, all I did was find the least common denominator, and what I did was multiply that by the existing numerator, and that canceled out. I did the same thing with the first term in the denominator there, and I canceled out. I did that here, and I canceled out the b. And then when I was all done, I pulled out the factor that I could from the original so that I had that to work with. And that's it, and we will see you next time.